The Edge at 11 starts now.
We begin The Edge tonight with breaking news out of Warren, where one person has been hurt in an officer-involved shooting. It happened around 6:30 in the area of 8 Mile and Waltham Avenue. Police say they were tracking a stolen SUV with the driver and 3 passengers inside. They say the driver tried to get away and struck 2 Warren police cars and allegedly drove at officers. Police then opened fire on the vehicle before taking all 4 suspects into custody. The injured suspect is stable at the hospital. No officers were hurt. State Senator Mallory McMurrow is running for U.S. Senate, but may have a bump in the road. Her campaign is facing pushback over some choice words. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards joins us live to explain why the black community is responding. Lauren, fill us in.
Absolutely, many are responding, and I can tell you rappers, the influence were the 2 words said, small words making a major impact during a private meeting recently. Let's get into exactly what was said that caused that uproar. Now, recently, State Senator Mallory McMurrow held a private donor call taking questions and answering questions, and one of the questions that came up was about outreach to the black community and black voters, and her campaign manager, Wellesley Daniels, responded saying, quote, "There are rappers that we're talking to." She went on to say that they're going to reach out to small business owners and entrepreneurs and families and the youth and also influencers. Immediately, some in the black community were upset. Detroit School Board member Sherry Danyogo, former caucus chair, she had lots of choice words to say, specifically saying rappers and influencers was stereotypical. And she says what Mallory should do is be more boots on the ground, engaging day to day with voters.
They show up to our churches on Sunday mornings during election time simply to show people who they are, say their names, ask for their vote, and then they don't come back after that. This is the same concept, reaching out to rappers to get the name ID and influencers only, but that is not addressing the root issues and challenges that our community face. And so if you want to represent us, if you want to address systemic poverty, if you want to address homelessness, if you want to address educational challenges, then you talk to the people in the community who are in the trenches doing the work every day.
Now, Jessica, we've reached out to State Senator McMurrow's office, her team, just wanting to get her thoughts and perspective on it all, and we are waiting to hear back. Reporting live here in Southfield, Lauren Edwards on The Edge.
You know, after stuff like this happens, sometimes these politicians, they avoid our calls and text messages. Anything on social media to respond to what happened here?
I'm glad you asked that question because I rechecked social media, I would say within the last 15 minutes, and didn't see anything. There are videos and pictures of her engaging with people in the black community, but I was looking for something specific about the words that were used and couldn't find anything, so hoping to hear from them soon.
All right, Lauren, we'll keep tabs. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tonight, the man accused of assassinating political activist Charlie Kirk is behind bars. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson was arrested late last night after police say they were tipped off by a family friend. Investigators say Robinson was strongly opposed to Kirk's viewpoints and indicated to a family member that he was responsible for the shooting. Formal charges are expected Tuesday. Robinson is being held without bond. Charlie Kirk was shot to death while holding a public event at Utah Valley University. He was 31 years old. As the investigation continues, many local and state lawmakers say they've been getting threats. It's enough for them to change their routines, even cancel events. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin joins us live to explain. Dave, it has been quite a week. I know Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist kind of topped the list with that threat to his own home.
Yeah, that, and also Senator Jeremy Moss of Southfield saying that he received a threat as well. You know, we did see some of this a while back when those lawmakers in Minnesota were assassinated. We did see, in fact, that suspect had a hit list, including some Michigan lawmakers, and now many feel like this is happening all over again, especially after that graphic video of the Charlie Kirk assassination in Utah 2 days ago. Anjali Prasad is one local local politician. She's running for local office in Bloomfield Hills. She says that shooting death of conservative commentator Kirk 2 days ago has her reevaluating her approach to her campaign. This is, as you said, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist and Southfield State Senator Jeremy Moss say they both received bomb threats. Now, Prasad says that there has to be policies in place to better protect lawmakers.
Running for Bloomfield Hills City Commission, very small city, very small town, totally safe place to live. I had second thoughts because I'm scared for political figures, and I don't view this as a partisan issue at all. I'm just worried about political figures. This is not, I don't think this is at all what the founding fathers intended.
Now, there is a former chief of the Capitol Police in Washington, D.C. that says that certainly lawmakers in Washington, for example, are much safer when they are at the Capitol complex. I've gone to several congressional hearings myself, and there is routine security there. But the concern is when lawmakers at the federal and even state level are at home, how can they shore up the security there? That's something that conversations are taking place between local jurisdictions, local police, and the lawmakers that they protect. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
And Dave, I know you spoke with that former prosecutor specifically about the Charlie Kirk assassination. What are the next steps there in terms of the case moving forward?
Well, she says really it's a matter of looking at doing a psych evaluation of the suspect, Tyler Robinson, checking to see is he competent, was he sane when all of this took place? That's part of the investigation. Meantime, we do know the Utah Attorney General said that he will file formal charges on Tuesday, so that looks to be the next development as of early next week.
And we'll be along the whole way. Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
A Port Huron man is in custody awaiting charges for allegedly shooting his 3 children. It happened at Glenview Garden Apartments early yesterday morning. The man's 17-year-old son was killed. His 13-year-old son and 12-year-old daughter are in critical condition, but they are stable. Today, Fox 2 spoke with stunned family members struggling to understand how this could have happened.
And then he woke the kids up to go to school, and, it was just a regular day, and then something just happened.
He did everything, bent over backwards for the family, started having issues, searched out for medical help, mental help, and didn't get what he needed.
A candlelight vigil will be held for the victims Sunday at 7 p.m. in the parking lot of the Glenview Garden Apartments in Port Huron. The suspect remains in custody and is expected to be arraigned next week. A sick and twisted story linking a local man to what the feds say is a diabolical kidnapping plot of a little boy in Windsor. Investigators say he sexually assaulted the 4-year-old whose mom he met on a dating site, and now that man is in custody.
We've been doing this job for a long time, and I can tell you this investigation really touched us, especially when you have the child, a child victim of this age. So very, very serious crimes.
46-year-old Shahzad Hamidi, allegedly armed with a stun gun, zip ties, duct tape, and NyQuil, attempted to snatch the little boy in June from his Windsor home. The child's mom didn't realize Hamidi was the suspect and then allowed an unsupervised visit with her little boy.
The family friend returned the little boy to the residence after about an hour, and the little boy had injuries. We later determined that those injuries were consistent with the little boy being sexually assaulted.
Hamidi was arrested at his residence in Royal Oak in a coordinated effort with investigators here at home and in Windsor, now racking up charges in both countries for kidnapping and sexual assault. The concern is this so-called con man targeted more victims on dating sites.
He was in possession of multiple identities, both in Canada and the U.S.
Hamidi is being held in the Metro Detroit area. If convicted of the charges here in the U.S., he could face a potential penalty of 20 years in prison. General Motors closing a building at the Technical Center in Warren after 2 employees tested positive for Legionnaire's disease. The 2 work at the Coal Engineering Center on Van Dyke, which will be shut down for at least 2 weeks as a precaution. Legionnaire's disease is a bacterial infection that causes severe pneumonia and often requires a hospital stay. It can be spread through contaminated water and is sometimes found in a building's cooling system.
About 1 in 10 people that actually have Legionnaire's disease actually end up passing away, unfortunately. So that's a pretty high number. That's a 10% mortality rate. This case with GM Tech Center, it's not necessarily the high-risk individuals, but we do have a lot of individuals that do work in that building, so that is of concern. So far, we are only aware of 2 confirmed cases.
In a statement, GM says their regular bacteria testing at the coal building has not revealed any issues, and at this time, the building has not been confirmed as the source. Well, nothing but nice weather yesterday, today, but I know we're keeping an eye on the weekend. Stephanie Mee with a forecast.
Yeah, so temps are going to continue to go up. So today we were a lot warmer than the past few days. We topped out near 80 degrees. 76 is the average, the record at 96. We keep seeing sunset earlier and earlier with every passing day. 7:48 is when we officially saw sunset earlier this evening. Now moving forward, we are going to see another warm day tomorrow, and you can see really where that core of warmer air is at, from Iowa extending out to the Plain States, where they're still in the 70s right now. We're sitting comfortably in the mid-60s at 65 in the city, 62 Muskegon, 61 up near Marquette, up near Thunder Bay, upper 50s. There are a few showers on radar right now. That will eventually track in our direction. It is going to give us that isolated rain chance through the day tomorrow afternoon. Not necessarily everybody picking up on that risk. It is there, but it's really nothing to be too concerned about. I think still have those outdoor plans, so still go tailgating for the Michigan State game. I don't think that's going to impact any of those plans there. 57 for an overnight low tonight. Then we'll start to see those numbers warm relatively quickly. I think by 10, we should already be into the lower 70s. And then there's that passing shower or thunder shower chance. And the severe weather risk for us here is well west of us. So into parts of Chicago, Milwaukee, and then southwestern parts of Michigan. That stray shower chance between the window of noon and like 4 o'clock. So nothing that's going to give us any heavy rain, no severe weather at all. And then after that rain risk tomorrow, there really isn't a whole lot of moisture to be working with, especially as we head through at least the end of the weekend and through much of this week. Next opportunity for showers, possibly as we look down the line, maybe late Thursday into Friday, but right now that's still well a ways out, so that could even be delayed further, possibly even into next weekend. 81 during the day tomorrow, spotty shower chance possible. Dry to start off the day on Sunday. And if you have any plans to head out to Lions Tailgate, or if you have plans to head out to Ford Field, it's going to be a nice day, nice start to the day at least. Temps will be nearing 80. It's going to be warm over the next several days. We do have a lot of warm weather, not only across the Great Lakes, but across the Ohio Valley, the Northeast. And you'll see that here in the extended forecast. We have mid-80s, so very reminiscent of summer weather. 84 Monday, Tuesday, mid-80s, and then we're back to the 80s still, even as we head through the end of next week. Jess, over to you.
All right.